remember to like and subscribe.
Hey, how's it going? It's Jay with Kinetic. Do you want to use your Yamaha CL or QL's user-defined keys to operate Qlab?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to show you how today using MIDI.
Before we jump in, here's a couple more examples.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Michael.
Please take your seats and silence all devices. The program will begin shortly.
Starting with the physical aspects, I have a MIDI cable plugged into the in and out of the MIDI port on the back of the console. For some reason you only have one MIDI cable, that's okay. Plug it into the MIDI output port, because remember, your console is what is sending your MIDI signals and your interface is what is receiving the MIDI. This is the interface I'm using for this, which is a Behringer Euphoria. I wish I could take it out of my box, but it's bolted in there pretty good. Anyway, if you look on the back, this has MIDI in and out as well, and I have the MIDI output from the console going to the MIDI input on this device. Looking at this comparison photo, we see the black cable going out of the MIDI output on the console to the MIDI input on the Behringer Euphoria interface. Here's a picture of the back of the Euphoria to give you a better look at the MIDI input and outputs on that if you're curious. Almost all the common models of external audio interfaces offer MIDI input and output on them, including the Scarlett. Just double check when you buy it and make sure that it actually has the MIDI in and out on it. So we have our MIDI cables hooked up. Let's assign a user-defined key. You're going to hit Setup and go to User Setup, User-Defined Keys, and we're going to start with user-defined key number 5. And for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to assign user-defined keys 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to cycle to MIDI. And I'm going to roll it around just a little bit so you can see where MIDI is located at. And there's MIDI. And within here, you have the options to change MIDI parameters for program change, control change, and note on. Notice that there's no note off. That's because the console doesn't offer degrees of pressure sensitivity on the user-defined keys. Now we're going to set our user-defined key to output the MIDI command of C# or number 1. The way that I'm configuring this is that user-defined key number 5 lets you scroll up in Qlab, and then user-defined key number 7 will scroll down in Qlab. User-defined key 6 will be your go button, and user-defined key 8 will be your panic fade-out button. User-defined key number 9 will be a hotkey to toggle music whenever the producer asks for it, and 10 will be a simple VO stating to take your seat, silence your cell phones. I'm going to show you guys how to assign that now. MIDI, no on 2, MIDI, no on 3, MIDI, no on 4, 5, and 6. That correlates to MIDI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C#, D, D#, E, F, F#. At our computer, we're going to launch Qlab. In Qlab, I'm going to click Window and Workspace Settings. Now, I'm assuming most of you are familiar with Qlab and that you've already clicked the Audio tab and then selected your external audio device. If not, do that now. Now I'm going to click on MIDI Controls. Within this MIDI Controls menu, we want to assign 4 MIDI controls that mirror our user-defined keys 5, 6, 7, and 8. We want 5 and 7 to scroll up and down, that's why they are set to 1 and 2, and we want Go to be 3 and Panic All Fade Out to be 4. Now I'm going to pause here for a minute so you can look at it. Play ahead previous is set to 1, play ahead next is set to 2. This again is our ability to scroll up and down. That's MIDI command 1, MIDI command 2. Our go button is set to MIDI command 3, and our panic all is set to MIDI command button number 4. I'm going to jump back into my main Qlab layout, and I'm going to make sure that these work. So I'm going to use my user-defined buttons, and I'm scrolling up, and let's see if I can scroll down. I can scroll down. Another cool thing I want to show you before we keep going on is the capture function within Qlab. So I go back into my MIDI menu, workspace settings, MIDI controls, and you're going to see the capture buttons all the way on the right. Now, if everything is hooked up correctly and I press the capture button, and then I press my user-defined key, which is assigned to that MIDI control, boom, works. 3 is 3, 4 is 4, user-defined key 5 should be 1, and 7 should be 2. Now let's go back to our main layout and see if everything works the way it should. And scroll works great, and play. Beautiful. What about stop? Great. Everything works the way it should. Now, our first 4 MIDI controls work great. The next 2 MIDI controls I'm going to show you how to program are designed to launch a specific cue. To use a MIDI command to launch a specific cue, we need to highlight the cue we want and then select the triggers tab in the bottom left. Within this field, you want to make sure that the MIDI trigger is set to on, that the type of MIDI is set to note on, and then we're going to use our capture function again. So I'm going to hit capture, and then I'm going to press the user-defined key I want associated with that. And great. We see that note number 5, which was engaged by user-defined key number 9, relates directly to this cue. We're going to do that again with the next cue, and we're going to use user-defined key number 10 to engage that. Now I've selected the next cue I want, and I'm going to delete everything so you can see what it looks like from scratch. So we're going to zero this out real quick. 0 velocity, 0 note, and MIDI trigger on, note, set to note on, and now capture, and I'm going to press user-defined key number 10. It's found that and assigned that. And let's see if these work. I'm going to hit user-defined key number 9 and launch the music. Works great. User-defined key 8 should still be stopped. That works.
Please take your seats and silence all devices. The program will begin shortly.
All of our buttons work the way they should. I hope you take what you've learned and realize that this is scalable. This is only the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more you can do with MIDI, and there are so many more MIDI controllable features that you have access to. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this and learned something new, do me a big solid and hit subscribe and like. Happy mixing. Be awesome. Thanks again.